And what's up, everyone? Here's a no warning surprise live stream. Surprise in that we've been doing this every day for the past, what, like month? Come on, guys, it's the 29th. But yeah, I did have to... Is anybody even here? Let me see who I'm talking to. Concurrent viewers 0, but chat rate of 4. That's impressive. What's up, Fancy Master? At least you're here. There we go. Yeah, no warning there. When projects sort of ebb and flow, like coming at the end of one project, starting to think about the other one, I always do this thing where I get really antsy about what's coming up, and then I just go like clean the house. So I've been cleaning my bedroom, our bedroom. I'll probably get to the rest of the house later. It was a bit of a blessing. Time didn't like super pass by quickly because I kept looking at the clock thinking it would be like 2 hours later. But we're not really that late. This is about the time we usually go. 3 people. What's up, you 3 guys? How you doing? There you go. Like if Matthew Rock can finally catch one, I shouldn't even have to be warning you guys. But yeah, we'll see who pops up. I don't even know how interesting this stream's gonna be. But we have how's the mic doing? We still on auto? Alright. Still working on our level here. And that's about it. I figured we would talk about some video gamins and hopefully finish this level up finally. That goofy green, that's not even supposed to be part of it. Let's just might have to like do a solid color for everything and then finish them and then do the gradients. Or you know what we can do? We can copy a bit of them. Let's copy some gradients here, guys. So how have y'all been? We finally have a bit of video game news with Nintendo kind of talking about their online thing. Anybody catch that? Wonder what you guys think about that. Alright, I'm gonna be a real YouTuber. Tell me in the comments what you think about that and what they could do better. Is Nintendo doing the right thing? Is 20 free Nintendo NES games enough? Or are they gonna have to do more to get your attention? Yeah, but seriously, I'm not one for objective news reporting. I'm half in and half really annoyed at it, right? With everything Nintendo. Yeah, so you get the cloud saves, finally, right? I hope that Nintendo lets you copy saves to the SD card, because otherwise it feels like they're kind of holding them captive for the price. I feel like if they're going to charge for cloud saves, they're going to have to give you another option. Yeah, the no virtual console thing is the worst part of this, by far, right? I mean, let's be realistic here. It's going to validate anyone that's just going to install RetroArch. And then Nintendo doesn't get any money. So Nintendo, why don't you want our money? What's going on here? Once again. Well, no, it depends, right? Because they said they're going to be adding more... Nintendo says you should have bought the SNES Mini anyway. If anyone could ever find it. Seriously, that thing should have a code on it to put in the Switch and give you those 50 games on the Switch too. Like, that thing is freaking expensive. So, but they said they're going to be adding more. So the $20, good price, half of like everybody else, right? The Netflix model of Virtual Console, I actually think is pretty compelling. I don't hate that. Let me line this up here real quick. But if you're subscribed, you know, let's say we cycle out 20 free games every month or whatever. It would be nice if they just kept adding them, so it's literally like Netflix. But let's say they do 20 free games every month. And if you subscribe, you get them half off if you want to keep them. So, you know, you pay $1 or 50 cents or whatever I think they should half all their prices, period. SNES should be $2.50. NES should be $1. So, like, for the most part, NES games do not hold up. like a few of them do. Kirby does, Mario 3 obviously. I mean, like, I don't even think the first Mario game holds up. Mario 2 does, though. Mario 2 is fantastic. But, well, so what they're doing is there's going to be, like 3. I like the Netflix model better. Because Nintendo has all of these virtual console games. And the thing with PlayStation Plus is every month you want to see if they're going to add in like a newer game or a bigger game. So it's kind of a gamble, which, gets people looking at the service or at least paying attention. So, is NAC free this month? Is NAC free this month? Do we have any full price games free this month? Oh no, I already bought all those. That's one of the biggest problems with that is people, you already buy them. If there's just, let's say all the games, let's say that when they're adding to it, either all of the games are always free as long as you're subscribed. That's fantastic. Let's do 100 Super Nintendo games, 50 NES games. If you can get 64 and maybe GameCube's on there, you will never convince me that $20 isn't a good deal, right? Like, that would be ridiculous if they would get, because they already have the dang Wii emulator running on the Chinese Shield. What? Like, why did you do that? One, and why is it on the Switch? Why can't I buy Wii games on the Switch? I mean, probably because they want to sell you, they want to sell you the remaster or whatever. But Nintendo hasn't even really been doing that. Because when they do a deluxe version, they actually put some effort into it and add some new content, which, I mean, I bought Mario Kart again, but we play it all the time. So, portable Mario Kart in a restaurant with 3 kids, yeah. I have no idea when we're actually going to be working on specifically World 5, because I'm going to be doing a lot of small things to the engine and adding features and such. So I'm thinking what I would do. Right, so Julian Lee asked, well, no, that's not how Xbox back-compat works. You can put an Xbox disc in your Xbox One and play it updated. Like a better frame rate, better resolution. Which is like the one thing that might, well, besides like the Master Chief Collection, that might actually get me to get an Xbox One X with the stupidest name in existence. The backwards incompatibility, like I still haven't played Jet Grind Radio Future. Yeah, I got Wind Waker HD, but that was one of those games I feel like I didn't really appreciate it as much when I first got it. And I liked it a lot more when I played the HD version. And it is a good game. Yeah, the Xbox One, as I was complaining about before, how nowadays consoles are just so similar. Like, the Xbox One is a worse PlayStation 4. It's literally all it is. Until they finally started adding backwards compatibility. I mean, Xbox One was a worse PS4 with the Master Chief Collection. And a Call of Halo thing, monstrosity that they decided to call a mainstream Halo game. Other than that, it's not, like back in the days of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, you had these two systems that played very different games with very different looks, with very different capabilities, very different minds. Like, even the two companies had such different like identities. It was so good. PlayStation had such a different identity than the N64. Even Saturn and even GameCube, PS2, and the Xbox were 3 very different consoles. Dreamcast was like an arcade, thing with a few really cool exclusives. But now they're just the same dang thing. Okay, Bloodborne's amazing. That's worth a PS4 on its own right there. That game's amazing. Bloodborne's totally worth it. Kind of weird. I mean, I guess Sony bankrolled that, so you're probably not going to get it. But, Rambo Robom, is that Thief? What are we saying? I'm just lost here. Or is that blood rope? Rope bombs makes me think of thief more than anything. Anyway, I'm gonna start drawing while we're talking because I should be doing that. I'm gonna copy a bit of this so that we have a chunk of that gradient. Oh god, dude, Bloodborne's so good. It actually lost me a bit in the very beginning because the beginning of it is so hard. But I didn't say it lost me. It frustrated me, right? Well, I mean, that's fine that you bought Xbox One to just play Advanced Warfare, but you could have also just bought a PS4 to play Advanced Warfare and it would have looked better. You know, it's the same thing, but better. Like, it's... I mean, unless it's an Xbox X, then it's going to be better. So, Microsoft, finally. We'll see if the... I'm waiting for Sony to make the Pro 2, right? I'm sure they will. Nintendo's probably going to make a Switch-only docked version for $200. Maybe... They keep saying that the Switch isn't a portable, so... Are we going to get the 40S? When are we getting the 40S? Like a clamshell version of the Switch? I think they should just make the same system, play the same games, but then with a clamshell. So like that and the Joy-Cons don't come off. It's going to be interesting. Xbox One... Well, yeah, but why would you get the Xbox One and not the X? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm pretty sure the PS4 is cheaper now. Yeah, I don't know. It probably has the better controller. I still don't really like the PS4 controller, so I'll give you that one. Switch 2, Switch 2 is not coming out anytime soon. They have not even saturated. I think there's going to be... I'm predicting. I don't think this is going to be at E3, but eventually Nintendo is going to make the Switch Lite, or the Switch... what are we going to call it? It's going to be Switch Lite... Tegra... Yeah, but the Tegra 2 is the same thing. Or I'm thinking of the... not the K1. The... Oh my god, what is it? It's the Tegra 2 is the same thing. It's the thing that they're using in the cars right now. It's the same performance with lower power usage. So I don't know what it's made. Before they make the second one, they're gonna make a box that's about that big. I mean, cause like it's this without the screen, right? It's gonna be that big, and it's gonna be like the Shield TV or whatever. You're gonna plug it into the TV. Bulkier Switch for a tablet. It's pretty bulky, but I mean, I guess for a handheld at least you can do something like that. A little better. It's easier to have a bulky handheld than a tablet, which is kind of funny. I should be drawing. I'm talking instead of drawing. I have the same problem with dinner. Yeah, well, I guess they could. So the Tegra they have in there now isn't... It's like severely underclocked. So if they had one that was more power efficient, they would just overclock it. First, though... Once Nintendo stops selling the $300 thing, like once it starts to taper out, or either in time for Pokemon, they're going to make a kid-friendly version that's a clamshell. Maybe a little smaller screen, maybe 5-inch screen. And they're going to make a TV version only for like super cheap. That's going to be like the Vita TV. I don't know what they would call it though, because the Switch literally... means that you can switch between the two, right? Like that's why it's called that. So I don't know if they're gonna give it a different name, the Nintendo Swatch. But that's what I would do. I mean, to be fair though, they're probably selling the thing so quick they're not even able to get more components. Like they might be constrained just on how many components they can get from Nvidia. It's like Nvidia's never used them for the dang Shield. Nobody bought that. It's an awful controller. Shield Tab looked a little better, but Android, come on. Yeah, it's so inefficient. You need to hold the thing. Not get the one, you need to like play it, right? And two, you need to not get the gray Joy-Cons, because look how much cooler that looks. The gray ones are so ugly. But this is beautiful to me. This thing's got an incredible screen. I was playing some pinball. Something else we can talk about. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna see it in the camera or whatever, but like, that's one of the best. Look at all those names there. Let's see who has who. Lovely. It's a really good screen. And I don't know how else to pitch the Switch other than it's the new Zelda handheld. It's the new Mario game handheld. You can play Doom on a portable better than the GP Win or whatever garbage they try to make run Windows games that is not really efficient or anything. You can bring it to a restaurant and you can play, well, you know what, your opinion doesn't count anymore, so it's fine. Every good indie game made, you know, other than Super Fans at the moment, and you can play in handheld. Like, look, I've seen enough videos where people are trying to pitch, you know, here's the next Android-based, it's got controls, and they're all excited for it. It's like, yeah, but fine. But it's not going to get any, like, good big game. Like, why are you excited about that? It's not a real console. It's never going to have real games on it. If people get excited for that, I don't understand how you can't, like, understand how the Switch works. Anybody who's ever thought the GP Win was a good idea should have just gotten a Switch. They were like Zelda, like Lord of the Rings. Last Lord of the Rings game I know of is, like, from GameCube. Oh, you talking about that stupid loot box festival one? I don't know. I haven't played that one. I don't know. I thought the one that came out wasn't. It didn't seem like anybody really liked it. But I didn't play the first one. It looked like really bad when I actually watched videos of it. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played it, so I'm just gonna be complaining about stuff. Nah, we're starting. Started a little bit late. I'm just complaining about things. I mean, okay, look. If you haven't played Tropical Freeze on Wii U, if you hate Nintendo and haven't played any Nintendo's wonderful games, go get a Switch and get Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze is one of the best games made in the last, like, 10 years. It's incredible. I hope they have two. Yeah, I think that's what you're going to get. I don't think that's going to be at E3 because I feel like we'd have some rumors about it, like from NVIDIA's supply line. Multiple cartridge slots. I haven't bought a single cartridge, actually. Did you play Donkey Kong Country Returns? Because that was really good, too. Yeah, go get a Switch, get Donkey Kong, get Xenoblade, maybe. I still haven't finished Xenoblade. It's pretty good, though. I get it starts to wear on me. The battles take forever. But, like, just being able to explore this vast world with crazy design. I might have enjoyed Xenoblade X a little more. It felt more exploration based. I like that. If that game would have been portable, I probably would have never put it down. Because I don't really feel like I can just run around and go explore in Xenoblade 2. I like it well enough though. I just all drawing the wrong thing here. Yes, I did. But like, it's got a Mario game, right? It's a full Mario game, and you can play it like this anywhere, and you don't have to buy a separate Vita TV to plug it into your TV, right? It's you just put it on and then it's on your TV and you can play multiplayer or whatever. And the biggest problem with the Vita TV, oh no, did I scuff up my Joy-Con? What is this? Ah, that's so sad. That's weird. Did I drop it or something? Playing too much. You plug a Vita TV in, like all these people, oh, I want to play the Vita games on the TV. And they made the Vita TV and then everybody realized that the Vita games actually look terrible on the TV. Because they're all running at a really low resolution. It looks fine on a tiny screen. Switch, you don't have that problem because everything runs at 1080p when you plug it in the TV. So it's just the best of both worlds. It's exactly what everybody wanted with that. And people still complain they don't like Nintendo. Luigi's Mansion. I still haven't played the GameCube one. I played the 3DS one. 3DS one's really good. That's left field though. I wonder if they have something new for E3. I haven't seen anything from them in a while. For the Wii? Then I'll do, yeah, well. Still haven't played Sonic Mania. It's on my list. Go play that in Celeste. And go play the platformers that people are actually talking about. Bunch of jerks. Somebody go tweet about Fancy Pants, make me happy. Look, it's a handheld, and it's getting Metroid Prime 4. There's my sales pitch on the Switch. I don't know what else you possibly need to hear. That doesn't, I don't get it. It's getting the new Wolfenstein game. I haven't played the second one though. I like the first one. I mean, the biggest problem, I mean, it's not gonna run at 60 frames a second. It looks really good, though. I thought they did well with it, but it's like it's a portable game. You know, people used to buy these games twice. One, you know, for when they came out on portable, like a lot later, like that. You know, Tony Hawk on GBA, stuff like that. Okay, we'll go get a Switch. I'll work on it. We'll see. It would be very good on the Switch, wouldn't it? We need to get Super on there first. Get some, I think the multiplayer stuff would work really well. Right? And look, you know what's great? This is my best part. So like, you know, I'm sitting here and if I'm testing bugs, there's a lot of just sitting and rendering stuff. I really like pinball games because you can, you know, play them and then not play them and play them and not, you know, it's for pick up and play. And if you have a Switch, go download Zen Pinball because you have, they have Sorcerer's Lair for free on there and it's a really good table. But look, right? So pinball. Let me switch over here because I'll actually give a shout out to these guys because they updated this recently. It was running at 30 frames a second on portable, which is bizarre. I don't know how you have a pinball game running at 30 frames a second. But look at this, right? So pinball goes up and down because it's pinball. And then I actually didn't know you could do this, but the developers are streaming about it. Because usually this messes this thing up if you do this, but you can take it off and then you have like the best pinball. Look, pinball. It's a pinball game on like a pinball system. It's like the system was made for pinball. It's great. So when I'm sitting and like rendering stuff, I'll just have it sit in here and pick up the Joy-Cons and play some pinball and then, you know, fix things. But so they said they were not gonna do the update, which is bizarre, and I was really mad at them and wasn't gonna ever buy another table. And then they updated it, so maybe I'll buy something. We'll see. Well, yeah. Everything on the Switch you can play in handheld mode. The only games that you can't do, you can't do, like Vaz in TV mode because you need the touchscreen. So there's a few touchscreen games. But that's about it. The only time there's any limitations, you know, it's like what you can play it with. The most annoying thing about the Wii was how many games didn't support the classic controller. So like we're playing Kirby right now, which yeah, I guess is a Wii game. Can't use a classic controller, so I can't use my Super Nintendo controllers from the SNES Classic. Really annoying. With the Switch though, I haven't seen a single game that doesn't support the Pro controllers. And the Switch Pro controllers are the best controllers out right now. Like, period. They're better than all the other ones. I don't care what you say. They're the best, like, traditional gaming controller right now. And if you don't think that's true, you are lying to yourself, and you are a console fanboy for whatever console. Yeah, I'll agree. But I did play a lot of Zelda with the dual. I did really like the nunchuck, the Wii pointer nunchuck thing. So I played a lot of Zelda like this before I even got a Pro controller. And I do like aiming like that. Like, it does feel really good. But having two hands on the Pro Controller, I do think's a little better. I usually use that for Splatoon. I feel like I have better aim, unless I'm just playing handheld, which I think lately I've usually been doing. Xbox controllers are fine. 360's kind of like perfected that traditional controller thing. I've only really used the one controllers at like the EB games or whatever, and they had them out. They're a little loose, I think. I like them a bit tighter. They feel more like the Wii U Pro Controller, which was fine. Not as good as the Switch, though. Alright, let me look back here, because I think I'm getting a bit too messy with this. Alright. Yeah, this is the main... Oh, no, this is the background, okay. I'm trying to remember what I'm even drawing here, so this doesn't need to be too detailed. Let's go back to the main one. I think we need to make sure we have our style correct here. All right, so what's coming up with E3? I haven't heard really anything about what like Sony and Microsoft could have. Is there anything? I'm just looking forward to the yet another Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed or all the really boring stuff that comes out every year. I get really bored with that. I don't know. You know, predictable games are eh. Oh man, the PS4 controls are terrible for breaking. I hear the newer ones are better. I had two of them. One of them, the joystick stopped working. The other one, the button stopped working. So I took them both apart and put together one working PS4 controller because I wanted to play some more Destiny. And now the joysticks have completely, the rubber stupid bits have come off. Luckily, I have the joysticks from the other one, so next time I actually have a game I want to play on there, I'll probably replace them. Oh, and the D-pad doesn't seem to want to work on that one, so that's great. So PS4 controllers before the Pro are absolute trash. That's wonderful. Medieval. You want a new game, or you want to talk more about the remaster? I've only played the demo of that briefly. I think it was on one of the demo discs with the PS1. Wait, you're talking about DMC and 4 on PS3? Man, DMC bugs me so much. Not to mention, what is this guy's name? They did Heavenly Sword and all that. They did, that recent game that is supposed to be really good. They're not very good at combat, so I don't know how they got the rights to Devil May Cry. It's really weird. Oh, God, yeah. Because I have 4 on PS3. I don't know how far I got on it, though. Never that big in the Devil May Cry. I think there was a point, before I had kids where I actually bought a lot more games. And then I had kids, and I haven't really been able to recently. It's really the Switch was the last big main thing I've bought. And only really played a few games on that. Yeah, I tried the demo for DMC. I think it just annoys me. Like the new Dante. It's like you take this suave guy and like just the pinnacle of awesomeness and replace him with some terrible millennial. Like what I saw in the demo is actually better written than what they were showing off, and it wasn't so bad, but like I just hate the idea of it. Yeah, I'm talking about both of them. I know what you're talking about. The one with the fist or whatever, the hand. Oh yeah, and they decided to make it run at 30 frames a second, which is why it didn't even look that great. Oh, maybe was I playing a demo of it on the PC? I can't remember. Because I remember thinking it just didn't have a lot going on, and so it was running really well on the computer. And it was making me think that the consoles maybe weren't that great anymore. Or it just was a really unoptimized game. There just wasn't a lot going on. Yeah, I don't think those guys are really that great. I mean, I gotta try that, what is it, Samoa, what is the name? Senses, or, I don't know, whatever game they just made. I appreciate that they just kind of did a full indie release. Didn't bother with a publisher or anything. I always want to see smaller games doing that going forward. You always get better support. You get, a healthier company. Sonoa, that's it. Hellblade. There you go. That's it. That looked pretty cool. Every time somebody really brags about their facial capture, it's actually never that good. Heavenly Blade had some amazing capture, but I think that's just because it was Andy Serkis. And if you watch him, he just moves his face more than most people do. So it comes through on mocap. So unlike Heavenly Blade, if you look up, if you want to see some pretty good, like, video game acting, look up Heavenly Blade for the bad guy on there. I haven't really played it. But I was looking into different, like, animation stuff on what they had out there. And you can see Andy Serkis, the way he, like, expresses, comes through in the mocap in a way that most people's faces don't. Horror. We're talking about video games still? I don't think we really talked about that much here. Thank you for that one. Game-wise, I think Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games ever. Played the remake of 1 on the GameCube. I really liked Revelations on 3DS. But again, I think it's kind of like a Pac-Man in first person. That sounds terrifying. Or like that maze ball game. I was playing Amnesia for a while. I think that was like right before we got married. Amnesia is the only game that I found actually scary. Like, and not even like, I'm scared. Talking about Dark Deception, what's Dark Deception? But Amnesia, like, actually had a adrenaline response from me. It's the only game that ever did that. No, let me make sure my audio is good here. Where I would actually like, and like uncontrollably pull away from the screen when, during some of the stuff is great. I like games that have a bit of horror to them, but aren't really horror games. I think it's the third or the second Resistance game on PS3. There's a scene where you're going through a village and they have like the alien pods and stuff taking over people. I mean, kind of like how Half-Life does with Ravenholm. I like when games do that, where you like, you blasting through all these enemies and it's pretty normal, and then then suddenly there's like a scary section. Resistance, I think it was 3. Which the 3 had like a full horror thing. 2, I think you just go through a village. Resistance 3 was really good though. I played some of the beginning of it. I have it. It's one of those that I keep planning on going back to. I really liked what I played. That's one of those games I'll look at the post-mortem and when they're talking. It's not Monolith. What is? Yeah, but because they talk a lot about AI and everybody loves the AI in Fear, and if you hear them talk about it, it has nothing to do with the coding or anything. It's just the animation. And I think that's a really like astute, spot-on thing where you don't have to program the characters to react realistically, to do certain things. You have to animate them like they know what they're doing. Like if you have a thing walking up against the wall, you know, it's clearly broken, right? Put this down a bit. You know, you have your enemy just like stuck on a wall. Like they look broken, but like what if they stop and they look around, right? Or maybe they like go up against the wall, like they're like, you know, they're looking around. You know, so an enemy is just like up against the wall doing this. You're gonna say it has bad AI, but it's literally the same AI as if it's up against the wall, like interacting with the wall or like kind of hiding from you or something, right? So you have the difference between something looking stupid and looking smart or looking purposeful is just the animation. It's not the code. I think that's a really good observation. I have not seen many people really try to push that. Most of it, you know, most of the work's done on the playable character, right? You know, Nathan Drake touching things as he does, or in what do you call it, The Last of Us, whenever you know, hunker behind something and they put their hands and then they're getting shot and they like and move their head around and stuff. It looks really good. Bad guys usually don't get the same amount of attention though. I think that's kind of a shame. Dungeon Nightmares, I feel like I've heard of that one. Was that like an actual dungeon crawler? Like a first person sort of thing? Or am I thinking of the other one that was popular? Let me just play. Yeah, there's a few of those like indie horror games that I keep hearing about that like you have to play because it's so much scarier than everything else. I don't know if I've ever, like, Amnesia's the only one that I've really played. Alright, I'm gonna check out the other wall over here real quick. Yeah, okay, I did it with much greater detail. So let's zoom in a bit more. I mean, I might not do it with as much since it's toward the end of the level. It's not really the first thing that you see, but I do want to keep a little consistent. Hello, look at that. We actually got people coming in here. It was all like lonely earlier since I just kind of started without warning. Like we had 3 people in before. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Jenna went out, got the kids some haircuts, got some coffee. Usually I haven't drank this sort of thing in a while. It's so much sugar, but don't drink Starbucks. Go local. Cece's is really good if you have one. I don't know how far they go, but don't go to Starbucks. Get good coffee. It's my PSA for everybody. Is that your name? What? Clint? Oh. Oh, everybody's making friends in the chat. Look how nice. This is good. I'm trying to think even. But yeah, the what was that? Man, did I ever finish my thought about Nintendo's thing? Saying no virtual console. Well, no, because that's stupid. They should have virtual console. They should have like 20 games a month that cycle out. And if you want to keep for your collection to be able to play it, and you you get half off if you get the prescription or subscription. If you're paying, and then you get to keep it. You can still pay to keep the game outside of that cycle. But then every month would have 20 different games, or maybe they'd cycle a few in and out. But then you'd still have people talking about what's coming out, what's not. Nobody would be too mad if you could keep the games. I think that's how they should do it. And if you want to be cheap, then you don't buy any of them, but you have a limited choice on what you can actually play instead of just having all of them. I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see if Nintendo goes with the straight Netflix model, because they're the only company that just has that many old games that can be put under like a virtual console banner. And they're all like minuscule. They'll all be downloaded instantly. The Super Fancy Boy Adventures. I have that on my phone. One of these days, I'm gonna go through all the bad rip-off games, and we're gonna laugh and cry. And we need to do that one day. It'd be great. I don't think that's how I did that over here. I think I did more of a... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I think instead of doing that, I had it more like that. I was like second guessing myself and then have to go back. I think I was also using the eraser a lot though to keep the middle a bit more open. Oh, you know what? We need to enact the workaround for my sketching. And then I can't double click on anything, but enact the workaround. Launch. Really like the design you were playing with. This one or where'd it go? This one. So I think I might move. I think what I like best about this is like how it flows here. Ooh, there we go. The first one, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo this a few times until it looks more like that one. So I think during the swoopy bits of the level, we get more of that like folding. But for a wall, I think we need something stiffer. Alright, let's see. Can I... Yeah, it's much better. Alright, so we can also scratch away at this a bit more. What it was like Da Vinci or something said. He looked at a block of marble and the design was always in there. He just had to like let it out rather than making the design. That's kind of how I feel with levels. I just kind of scratch away at them until the design comes out from my scribble scratches. Oh man, guys, it's getting hot. Summer's in full swing down here. It's one of those moods. I was cleaning, I wanted to open the window, and it's like, oh god, no. Everything will melt. Poor AC just can't keep up. Alright, I was in a pretty good space drawing the other one. I need to get back to that point. It's actually pretty simple. I think it's more of... It's bumpy, and then it's the stuff back here that's making it. But it's just being more logical with how things flow, I think, is what helps really make the design. Maybe not repeating a pattern there. I'm gonna pull up some Van Gogh. We're gonna laugh at him. I really don't like Van Gogh. Nah, it's just, ugh. This will put me in a better mood. Let's look at some bad Van Gogh. Oh, okay, well that's cool. I mean, it's not Van Gogh, but that's kind of funny. Look at that. Good stuff. My neighbor Totoro. Where's the one that I was like, oh, this is awful? The one was like his room. Just, it's not... Like, okay, you know, I get Starry Night. It's cool, right? It probably took him a million years to do. Because it's just like... That's gonna take forever. Where's this stupid room? This. I hate this picture. Look how bad this is. Like, everything about the perspective is just terrible. This is an objectively terrible picture. This is bad art, guys. I don't get it. Would you get tired of me drawing? Like, yeah, I zoom in. It's still bad. Because I think with painting, right, with thick painting like this, there's a point where I can appreciate how you make... Ugh, this line work's so bad. How you use the physicality of the paint and the globbiness to make something. It's just really bad. I'm gonna leave this up. Remind me that I can be better than this. He was painted by someone famous. Yeah, really. Somebody said that. I think I mentioned this before. That ooh, why did that happen? That fine art painting or whatever is nothing more than a money laundering scheme. So you just have these billions of dollars that you need to clean, and so you're like, all right, what's the most expensive painting? I'll pay $500 million for it, and then they sell it again just to launder the money. Like, you know, that actually makes sense. Like, that anyone would actually want to buy this, that doesn't make sense to me. I've not. We need to make like a list of things that I need to try. Untitled story. Maybe I'll jot that down somewhere. Where's my pen? I don't have any paper. I'm sure this is dried up. It's not a good paper. A receipt. Yay. Alright. Man, I want to write with my pen. I like my pen. I like fountain pens. But I never write anymore. What was that other game that y'all were saying I need to do? Or go look at all the Van Gogh. I need some new ink. This is all dried up. I used a bunch of this when making Super. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see if this works. It's a bit dry. Oh, the green on the floor, too. Look at that. That's just bad. Perspective on this is terrible. Like, I guess it's supposed to be bad, but like... no. This should be eye level, right? Unless we're like shifting the camera. This should all be eye level. It's too... there's too much junk down here. Like, the busyness is off. Things don't... painting don't do that. Unless you forgot how to hang a painting. You don't do that. Shutter, this one's going up into it instead of coming out, right? Why? It's not how perspective works. Like, I love, oh man, one of the reasons I love the Muppets Christmas Carol, because all of their sets are designed like how people abstract, like that Tim Burton, all the houses are like bubbly and all the lines are really weird. I love when people do that, but look, if I painted this, nobody would care. And I probably could. Like, it's not difficult. It's not a good painting. And people are like, oh, it's such a travesty. Van Gogh died poor and thought he was a terrible painter. I mean, he was. He was not a good painter. I don't really have much sympathy. Like, if I tried to paint my whole life as good as I am at painting right now and came out like that, then yeah, I'd probably die thinking I was a terrible painter too. Look, I bought a painting from my cousin. I have it hanging up here. I think it's objectively better than this. Like, just, yeah, I know, I'm a terrible person. Untitled story, let's write that down. Oh, come on, pen. One of the few times I get to actually write with a fountain pen. It doesn't want to... it's probably just dry. It look like vegetables. It's true. I would draw an ode to cabbages. Cabbages on a wall. Though, to be fair, I don't think you could mess up the perspective on cabbages that poorly. So... yeah, this pen doesn't work. So one thing about fountain pens, they tend to dry out pretty easily. Really annoying. Yeah. I'll have to run some water through it later. And here we go. Can we see the painting? What? Ode to Cabbages? Sure, let's do it. Let's do Ode to Cabbages. Oh, that I have. Yeah, I guess so. Might have to turn the light on here. Let's see. Come with me. My live stream. It's just on the wall up here. I mean, you know, half bought it to support my cousin because she's really cool, and half because I really like it. It's just a good painting. Why are there batteries on the ground? Oh my goodness. Alright. There we go. See if that goes in focus. Maybe. But it's, my reflection, of course. Yeah, it's like a swamp. I mean, it's, you know, it's simple. It's just the color's really good, and then it makes a good picture. It worked. I'm trying not to trip and everything. Okay. It worked really well with our, like, color palette in the front room, so. Yeah, no, she's a really good artist. Need to ask her one day if she wants to try painting a level. Oh, God, why are these on the ground? Terrible kids. Bad kids. Playing Kirby, so we got a bunch of Wiimotes, a ton of rechargeable batteries everywhere. Everybody needs rechargeable batteries. They're the best. Do the cabbages. Well, I did the cabbages. We'll make a beautiful painting out of it. Somebody just needs to grab a screen of that and then like frame it. Wait. Hold on. Let's make fun of. Who sketched it? Did you sketch it? I don't know why though. Oh, he sketched his own bedroom. Yeah, it's not good either, dude. Sorry. Second version. Oh, okay, let's see if he fixed his lines. No, they're just as bad. Look at this garbage. Don't do that. What? No. Really? No. Apparently my updater just tried to restart everything. You tell him, OBS. Dude, I just had Safari open. Am I still live? I don't know, it killed my my browser. I hate updates. I hate them. I hate them on consoles too. It's the worst. Hold on. Where were we? Yeah, don't update. There you are. Hold on, we're catching up on the chat. There we go, right there. Is it any better? No, still bad. Still bad. That one has a, put some more details in there, that's kind of cool. Still bad though. Yeah. Whatever. Look at this. You gonna tell me? You gonna tell me this is better than my cabbages? I don't think so. This right here? I think my cabbages are better. Look at that. Ugh. I can do better than that. Can't even make the line straight. Like, this is not Vincent Van Gogh, yeah. I think the only thing I kind of like from him is this. Because just of how abstracted it is. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. Somebody else draw that? That's not very good. Somebody drew a cat. Oh, it's a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Don't get it. That's better. Yeah, that's better. He got better at drawing himself, at least. But, where were we? Did I get my pen to work? No, I'm gonna have to put some water on it. Unstick it. I'm just gonna use... This is, one of the pencils. I have a bunch of these because I erase so much, so I need the, like, mechanical eraser, too. So what I did all the early sketch work in is usually one of these pencils. Now we have a boring chat. I like the atmosphere of some of the paintings give. The color work is pretty good. To be fair. But I'd say it's almost complete atmosphere. I mean, I guess it's one step away from modern art. I've only seen a few modern art paintings that I actually liked because it looked like they were actually doing something. Like this is one that was just like blackness swirling into this hole. But it actually looked like something. Looked like despair swirling into a pit. Like, it was really good. But most of them I think is terrible. Mainly art that uses blue. Well, yeah, because he used lead and then ate it and then died. But I don't know. Like, we're not talking about, like, you know, if one of my kids did that, I'd be like, yeah, look pretty good. Good work of blue. You know, some good blue there. Like, oh, this is funny. Artificial intelligence shows how Vincent, what is it? Painted the world. And this is neat. I mean, like, this is more interesting to me, right? We have, you know, hey, Google AI, learn. Now take this picture, and then bam! Like, that's cooler to me. And to be fair, this isn't as good as Starry Night, right? Because, like you said, the colors, the good stuff there is the contrast of these, of the brights to the... But, like... What was he going for, though? Are these the stars, or are these the stars? Maybe this is just what drugs look like. I don't know. Like, I can say, yeah, this is not as good as Starry Night. Sorry, Google. You didn't do it. Wait, why are we back here? There, my cabbages are better. Oh, no. 1,049 best Vincent van Gogh images. Yeah. A little bit more. But I think like Salvador Dali is way more interesting. Even Picasso. Right? Google did. No, I said the original was better. Nah, Google AI stuff's pretty cool. Let's not pretend. The Google AI stuff's pretty good. Yeah. But just like, I mean, that's the thing. Wait, let me write this down. Untitled story. You know, you can say like, this blue's pretty good, right? Like, it's supposed to be one of the most famous paintings in the world, and the most you can say about him is his blues are pretty cool. Like, he did some good blues. Oh, Google, their thing was today? I haven't, no idea. Only thing I've seen from you is the lighthouse. Did Jenna show that? Yeah, I don't really do much like that. That's still, you know, more derivative of me looking at like the actual picture of a lighthouse. So I don't know if I would say I'm that original or anything. But again, I make games, right? I make games. I don't paint. And it was still digital. I'm sure I'd mess it up. If I don't know. You know, a lot of what it actually looks like is just the result of the chunkiness of the colors. And then, you know, there's a lot of talent in using that chunkiness to make other images. But I'm pretty sure you could look up a lot of people just painting in their garage that would just have this like way better mastery of like imagery and boiling things down and using I mean, like, the best example is usually pixel art, like how pixel art can use this minimalism to create something just really crazy. No, I never. I mean, I don't do anything realistic. I wouldn't call Van Gogh's Cabbages realistic, though. I didn't say I could do better than him. I said I could do about as well as him. Which is really sad because his stuff sells for millions and he's one of the most famous names out there. Oh no, did this mess up? Echo. Oh, maybe because of that. Is that better? Okay, I probably could. You're right. No, I could do better than his. I could do better than his stupid house room. I know I could do better than that. I think that's a terrible painting. It's awful. It doesn't use the perspective in any way. Like, it's got this warped, skewed, bad perspective. Like, it looks like you drew every single object separately in a different perspective. You know, it's like, you know, 2 out of 10 see me after class. Like, this is not how 3D space works. Right? Like, if I was animating and it looked, oh god, come on, Bob Ross. Way better. Way better. I think Bob Ross uses a lot of tricks on how brushes works. And yeah, like, it's not even close. But he does a lot of the same thing where he's using the physicality of the tools and the paint, but he's using them to his advantage instead of just making things look bizarre and abstract. But like, if you're gonna make every single object in a room with a bad perspective, what are you saying with that? Are you saying the chair doesn't belong there? Does it mean something? Do you feel like you can't sit on the chair because you'll fall off of it? Does the chair exist mentally in another space? Like, if you're telling me that this is art, it should mean something. It should feel like something. I just feel like every single thing in that room. It's not even like Picasso, though. Like, Picasso makes things look bizarre on purpose. That sound... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about the actual microphone sound or whatever. But if like, my animation was, like, as incorrect as Van Gogh's paintings, or when it was, I was never happy with it. You know, just like stuff being off or stuff not feeling right. I mean, because you can have things warped and distorted, but if you're being consistent or you're trying to say something with it, or you're at least using it to make a certain emotion or a feeling, and stuff doesn't do that. Probably has some deep hitting me in the image. Yeah, exactly, right. But that's what I'm saying, if you draw a room where everything has a bad perspective, what are you saying with that? I'm not getting anything from that, though. If it's not warped enough to say anything, it would need to be much more. I'm not saying that it can't have a meaning. I mean, like, oh, great. I'm probably just going to get Google garbage looking up Picasso. Like, this means something. This is consistent, right? It's bizarre. But its own internal logic is consistent. Okay, well, this is stolen by Nazis. It looks like Splatoon art. That's great. You know, this is internally consistent. And from what I remember of this art gallery, Picasso had some amazing photography, at least. Like, even that's better. Oh, is this Google AI? It's always this one picture for Google AI stuff. Like, this is actually good, though. No, I'm not saying that it needs meaning. Right, because, well, okay. How do we say this? It doesn't have to have a specific meaning. It doesn't have to have your meaning. But the entire point of art, something becomes art, is because it's communicating something. Something. If it's not communicating, it's not art. And then when you say, art can be anything, what is art? To me, the very definition, I'm going to say, to me, or whatever, so subjectively, art is something that communicates. It's a shorthand. And the way that language can communicate ideas, art communicates emotions. So if you have something and it can communicate an emotion, then it is art. Art is you are boiling down complex emotions that your brain is making by chemicals and all this. And yeah, I'm sure that looks great popping right in. Right, so that's how our brain works on all these emotions. We cannot send an emotion to somebody else's brain. We can't just transmit an emotion. We can try to write it, and we can tell a story that induces certain emotions, but it's an imperfect medium of transferring emotions. And art, the very definition of art, how story can be art, how copy pasta can be art, how video games especially can be art, because they transmit emotions, they induce emotions. What if you have emotion? Are you going to try to make something that specifically has no emotions? Because then that's a lack of emotion. It sounds like, I don't know if you're doing it well, but it would be, lack of emotion is something that can be communicated. And there's not really a lack of emotions. If you see a picture of a person, right, which is the most neutral, camera, emotionless stare, that's going to produce emotions in your own body. Are you saying if you don't get emotions out of something? That's usually like a defect, more so than the art is not working. And now a lot of art might not communicate any emotions to you, but I'd say that at least would have the it would have the intention of doing so. If you what is that one of the flaying of the satyr? It's just this horrific painting that stirs a lot of emotions specifically. And I'm not really the kind of person who goes out and looks at a lot of paintings or studies them or tries to feel what they are. If the painter and the viewer have no emotions, then... Okay, so it's an encyclopedia art, right? Probably not, right? It's not conveying any emotion. But what if you go to an art hall and you cut out all these pages from an encyclopedia and put them up on a wall? Is that art? Maybe. What if you take all the articles from the encyclopedia about horrific events in history, and okay, let's say we take an encyclopedia, we cut out the pictures, cut out articles of these horrific events being communicated, being described in the most objective, lifeless, inhuman detail, describing genocide like you would read a grocery list, and then right next to them actual pictures from these horrific events. Would I would say that the contrast in this how we categorize history and look at it objectively versus what really happened in this this contrast of emotion and emotionlessness, would that in itself stir emotions? I haven't watched Parks and Rec. I watched the first few seasons of The Office. I liked it a lot. I think I liked it enough that I didn't want to see it ruined, so I stopped watching it. I think I watched the third season. It wasn't really good. Second one was pretty good. First one's really good. I've not watched Parks and Rec though. That's the one with Chris Pratt, right? Because I find him kind of annoying in movies, so I don't know if I'd like that. Are we just misspelling? What if we take a page, right? And we Oh, go back. Been shopping. Turn off the camera here. How's it going? Yeah, Jenna's home. So we're talking about art. We're ranting about art. Something I probably ran about for hours. You have to cut me off eventually. What? Or come rant with me. Aw, poor family. Anyway. But alright, what if we have like a tweet, right? Let's say we just print out a tweet and it says like what? Go away. If we have a tweet and it's printed out and it's on the wall and it just says like lol Holocaust and then a bunch of emojis laughing. Like
I thought you were talking about art.
Exactly.
Oh my
god.
that's like the most twisted version of Hobby Lobby.
Isn't it though? Okay. Seth will agree with his mother on everything and just complain whenever I say something.
No, I have something to think. I am in the car and we're driving.
And close the door. It's like 1,000,000 degrees outside. No. Okay. Is this a story for the chat or for me? All right, come here. Come tell it.
He's in the back seat of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and he's just saying something over and over. I'm like,
oh no, I hate it. I hate when they do that.
Seth, what are you saying? I'm not saying anything. I'm like, Seth, okay. I heard
It's
you.
terrifying.
I know you said something. What did you say? Just like this pause. And he goes, show me your moves.
Yes. This is good.
I was like, are you serious?
Not Falcon Punch. Just show me your moves.
He's just going over and over again. Show me your moves.
Show me your moves. Show me your moves.
And then he goes, why does he say that?
Because he wants to see your moves.
I'm saying it's a taunt, Seth.
No, so we're
like, show me what you got.
Show me what you're working with.
This is not yours. Go away, cat.
So we were oh fat cat, get off of that.
Say cat food. It's not in
We
here.
were talking. I was saying how much I hate Van Gogh because he's awful. And then we were talking about like just kind of barely what a censored legend goes Seth. Everybody loves Seth. But I was, it's the kind of, what if, I was saying my definition of art is something that conveys emotion. This is what if doesn't convey emotion. I mean, well, it probably will to somebody, maybe it won't. Like, if you have the encyclopedia, it probably won't convey emotion. But then you can always turn that. What if you just take the encyclopedia, let's take these horrific events from history and paste them up on a wall, right? Just this dry, like, and then lots of people were murdered, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe next to that, we put some pictures of the actual, like, war or whatever. And then the art would be like this contrasting of actual emotion versus the emotionless in which we record history. And like that would be an art piece to me. Using things that we could even argue that aren't art, but you can make them art. Like there's just, I don't know what the cat's doing. Cat, what are you doing? But it's hard to say that anything's not art because you can probably make it art in some way. It means, everything means something. Even apathy itself is an emotion. It means something. Or inaneness. Or like how we're blind to tweets. Like you'd probably take a whole wall of just these awful offensive tweets. And then maybe put them right next to like, had lunch, was good, drinking coffee, need more coffee, got cat food. Let's have a whole wall of inane tweets and then a whole wall of just horrendous, racist, vile tweets. Right, just to kind of show this, how people communicate nowadays. Somebody wants her cat food. Look at this fatty. Where are they? There we go.
She's rubbing on her.
Fatty. Cat, you fat. Too fat. There you go. The art is not about what it is. It's about how it's presented, and if it, there's no such thing as yes art or no art. It's only good art or bad art. That's really it. Cataboy Productions. Here I am ranting on and on about. Jeez, for to pretend to be him is no greater feat in Flash history. It is always nice to feel important and to know that what I'm doing actually means something to people. It's like, look, I make silly stick figure animation games. Of course I'm going to defend art being almost anything. That's why I'll never... Thing with Ebert saying that video games will never be art is stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And it's funny because a lot of like online reviewers really look up to him. It's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say, especially if they're a critic. So, anyway, I'd want to make games because of you. Jeez, dude.
What?
Well, it's something I want to explore more in World 5. The emotion of it. You know, where I get inspiration from. I think, you know, inspiration itself, I think, is a good emotion to explore. How art inspires people. Or, you know, I want to celebrate the art that you do when you're just sitting there with a napkin, or you got a paper. The best is the tablecloths that are just paper. I gotta take pictures of one of those next time we mess around with them. But it's that idle art, the art that your brain starts making when it's just kind of idle. That's the good stuff. I want to celebrate that. That was much. Here we are. You're gonna merge Fantasy 3 combat and pencil moves with the pen in 5. Which was much smoother? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Because to me, Super's combat is ridiculously better in every way, except there's not as many moves that people enjoyed from 3. So which one are you saying? Are you calling smoother? Make sure we're on the same page there. This happens when we're not on ultra low latency. Or we lost him. He got lost at the computer. Yeah. Well, what does Cataboy think? Are you just saying the moving, using special moves around was smoother? So I wanna try. If we do bring those back, I think I'm gonna rethink a few of them. Got to compete with Sonic now that Sonic has the drop dash. Psh, you're welcome for that. So type. The third game is pencil type. I'm not including the ink part. So you like poking better than swinging? I mean, the swinging is just objectively better animation. Yeah, I probably did. You want to head coffee there? The coffee button. What a good button. Let's see. Animates better, so you'd want more moves. It animates better. The freezing frames. Yeah, 3 has frames, but it's actually the combat in 3 has like 3 frames for a pause. So where Super just stops, then keeps going, and then there it can, you know, stop each one. 3 had like 1 frame, 1 frame, 1 frame, and then so when you were hitting something, you would actually slice through it very slowly. But I don't think it worked well with the impact effects, so I redid, or I just kind of took that out. It was actually one of the guys who were working at EA thought it felt like lag, which I think really just meant that the effects weren't pulling their weight, because if you have the effects going crazy, then you don't really feel like it's lagging. Back the side spin. Saw Blade's not going to be as quick as 3. Saw Blade's way quicker in... Saw Blade's not as floaty. It's the main thing. I don't know if I'm going to bring the side spin, because I think I have an idea that's better. Because there's this move that I keep trying to figure out in my head, and people are starting talking about the moves again, so it's got me thinking about it again. I might have something that is better, so we'll see. But there's gonna be more moves, obviously, and then you say, show me your moves, and then I will show you my moves. Right? That's how that works. Man, I've been drawing for a while without actually testing this. And we actually have to get down over here. Bring this snail shell over. Ooh, little like green, beautiful. Yeah, 4 most. Oh my god, even me doing that. 4 does have like all the ink special, like the zip. I think people don't use the zip enough. Because if you think the ink combat's slow, you're not zipping around enough. Because you can go through really quickly if you're shooting and zipping around. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, shell. Oh, Lord, there we go. I mean, come on, the down poke. Oh, I don't have them unlocked here. I keep resetting my file and messing around with the Steam save code. Have an ultimate attack, like a screen clearing attack. I never like screen clearing attacks. Those are just kind of cheap. Alright, ooh, this looks rough. There's nothing here. Let's redo this. And then I need to work on the platforms. I think the platform's the only thing that we don't really have an idea what they're supposed to look like. Let's see. I will now show you my ultimate attack. Get ready for it. It is coming. I have worked on this for many years. What, do you not like my ultimate attack? I'm gonna show her my ultimate attack. That is your ultimate attack. Broccoli! Eat your broccoli! I used to really like spinach when I was a kid, so I was immune to that. Broccoli is fine as long as it's got a bunch of cheese on it, but spinach, loved spinach. Well, uncooked broccoli. I like cooked broccoli with a bunch of cheese. Now celery. Well, yeah, you're weird though. We established that. Yeah. Again, I have said that again. Oh, take
You know what, never
Wait a minute. I
Nope.
need it. No.
Not for you.
I love you.
No, you don't.
Stop, fine, honey. You're perfectly normal in every way.
Water.
Perfectly normal. I could have married any woman. It would have been exactly the same. Huh?
No, you couldn't have.
Any woman drawn to my fancy pants.
Truth hurts.
Any woman, honey. Would have been just the same because you're so normal.
My hydrangeas are about to get caffeinated.
I don't think that's a euphemism.
As in,
Euphemism.
I'm just
Euphemism.
gonna pour your coffee in the
Euphemism.
garden.
Oh. It's way less exciting. May I have my coffee,
What
please?
does that even mean? Oh my god, you're so weird here.
I usually just weird her out until she does what I need her to do. Like, give me my coffee.
Fair at work. Just stop talking here.
Let's see how the journal entries do in 4. There's probably going to be more optional dialogue in 5, though. If people really like the entries, I mean, because we had the notes in a bottle for... Somebody got some celery? Don't... Okay, because the celery that was in that veggie tray is not good anymore. Don't eat that. Yeah. Hey, Bebe, we're going to do some journal entries for 5.
I mean, I guess if we have
Yeah, we'll see, because there's mostly just going to be more talking. I think. Things will be a bit more optional and open-ended. Well, yeah, you'll be doing the dialogue, so how NPCs feel. And I'm sure Jenna will be helping way more with that.
Like the absence of dialogue was why we did the journal entries.
Yeah. But I think 5's going to have a lot more dialogue. Hopefully, I mean, I don't like ever stopping the player still, even if we're going to have, you should be able to run away from dialogue. It's that, like, Half-Life method, Let's see. Journal entries. I've recently tried to my own Flash game on Game Maker despite not knowing code. And I think it's a good demo. Is there a way I can send you my demo? Yeah, you can email it to me. if that's easy. I'm on a Mac though. Are those snacks? Oh, I needed snacks. Snacks are good. Throw them in my snack bin. Oh god, too many snacks.
They're seeds.
I love almonds. So good. It's like anything that's tasty is expensive. The world is stupid like that. Yeah. California did something right. Ah. Isn't that weird? Like down in the South, Trader Joe's doing better than Walmart. What's up with that? I mean, good for them. Walmart's stupid. But no, I like Walmart.
I really hope an ad pops up.
Oh, probably, right? Let's play some music so we don't get any ads. Quick. Yeah, I was in a good mood earlier. I was cleaning, had some good music going on. It was nice. Say, Losing Streak by Less Than Jake is a masterpiece. Go listen to that CD right now. Brad at borngames.com. It's on the site on borngames.com. You know, born with an E at the end of it. Like Bloodborne. Born as in Bloodborne. Yeah, that's too consistent. Blech. So we need more. I'm trying to do less of just like this consistent strokes and more of, you know, ebbs and flows to designing. And I don't know what I'm trying to. I'm just gonna do it until it looks good. Do we have more? It was bumpier in the beginning, wasn't it? Let's make things a bit more bumpy here. You know, it's not bumpy enough. This is good. I like this part still. I think down here we're gonna have to start getting bumpy again, like the beginning. I hope Fairly becomes a bigger part of the series. I like her additions.
I'm always not a part of the series. If I become a bigger part, I'm giving you a
It'll be Fancy Fairly Adventures.
I don't know.
You wanna fix my bugs?
It'll be fairly
Something I don't wish upon my own enemy. Nice final boss. It's one of the few times I worked on the boss like long before finishing the game, because a lot of times I'll do the boss like just completely last minute. But I had, you know, specific idea for the boss, specific plot where that's going, and that'll lead into World 5. So let's see how you guys like it. Oh, here you go. Recognize that? This ink I was trying to use earlier. Looked more like that before. Maybe I had it turned so you couldn't see the brand. Of course, the cap's off. A lot of ink on those pages. Cutie Pants based on someone. I mean, not really. I had a much younger sister growing up. So just kind of my own experience. I had a younger cousin that acted a lot like that. She's very hyperactive. Yeah, Cutie Pants. And I find it kind of funny that like hyper girliness. It's like in my experience, a lot of girls grow up, whether or not they enjoy girly things and boy things or whatever, they'll have like a hyper girliness in some way. So like, well, you never did the tutu and the camo pants. What was it?
No.
Suspenders and pigtails for you?
I said I wore overalls.
Overalls and pigtails. There you go.
I didn't mind pigtails. I hated those.
Yeah, I guess you didn't have enough girl friends.
There were 2 girls that lived across the street.
Did they have? You still had a horse collection, which is like the bare minimum for being girly. You have to have a horse collection.
I rode horses. That's why.
Oh, there you go. So it's like how our kids like cars.
True.
But well, I mean, you'll just see themes of what I find to be funny. It's this hyper girliness with like, but I can do that too. You know, pirate princess Unalama, just these bizarre creations of I don't know, unrestrained girliness. Yeah, Inky Pants is one of the easiest to do, to animate, so you probably will have more. We could do that. Even more dangerous. So it depends on how powerful the player is at that point. Because we'll see how dangerous Fancy Pants Man is, right? Will it be the end of World 5? Will it be the middle of World 5? Will it be the beginning of World 5? We don't know. We'll have to see. Amazing. Fascinating. Alright, I'm gonna... Yeah, I did... We need to get back to this, like... That was the thing. It's not like a surface level detail. These things are happening. Need to have... Should probably pull up some webcomics that I really like. We can talk about that art too, since we went through Bone earlier. Before doing all this stuff. I feel like that's only fair. Well, sure. We don't want it to be boring. But I don't know. I'm just saying we don't know how things are going to progress. I mean, it's not like you're just going to keep getting more and more powerful the entire game. Or the entire series. Like, there's got to be a cap, right? Can't. And, you know... We started making fun of the idea of Fancy Pants Man just being this typical protagonist in Super, right? Kind of joking about him just being there to save the day and doing easy things. That's kind of what Super was about. So how are we going to continue that in 5? You know, what's going to happen? He won't just be there to save the day. There's not going to be this one silly problem for him to tackle like he did in 3 and 2 and 1. So I don't know. Pen is just crazy powerful. Well, we'll see what happens with the pen. I don't know. I mean, right now it is because you got all the moves, right? So after upgrading, it's clearly much more powerful. Yeah, we need... I'm trying to make this less structured. More random, less structured. Maybe in dual wield. Yeah, speaking of not becoming super overpowered, let's just make him Darth Maul. That'll do it. All the songs I was playing earlier in my head. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. It's not. Yeah, more like that, I think. Darth Maul X Fancy Pants. That'd be a fun fan art. Somebody get on that. Draw Fancy Pants around the pen, the pencil, and Darth Maul or something. Boomerang move. That's why it would just have to be some silly drawing. Not, you know, part of the game. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think dual wielding would be. I like the idea of having more items. But... not much else to say right now. Darth Pants. Right, is that what you said? Huh? What'd you get from me? Aw, cheese. Sriracha cheese. Oh my god, heaven in a block. Look at this, guys. Setting up the most beautiful thing ever. Wait, my cheese. Oh.
Do you want it now?
Kinda. No, I'm talking. I'd be a terrible host. But it's really tempting. I don't know if I like you guys that much. Might have to eat some cheese. It'd be really funny if you had like copyright strike for humming a song on stream. That'd be hilarious. I'd laugh so hard. Sriracha cheese boarding. What do you think, Jenna? No, because I will eat all the cheese first. World 5 should have a level where you platform on cheese. That'd be great. That'd be so good.
Teriyaki and sriracha are two things that bro would probably all.
Oh, teriyaki platforming. Perfect.
Thai chili and lime.
Oh, chili and lime, Thai. Would you get something with that, or are you just saying that?
No, I didn't get it. I was recording.
Back to the store with you.
Well, I almost got the
I'd eat the whole. I mean,
I just started breaking.
I probably will. I'll keep you guys updated if I do that or not. I'll gotta ask me next time if I just ate all the cheese. This cheese is so good. I will. I might. We'll see. There we go. So that's looking better. That's more how we were doing before. This thing doesn't really seem to. It might look better. Could also draw weird weapons or Chuck eraser head. Oh, Chuck. I think my cat, Chuck. Something like that, right? Maybe. She left me. Ugh, vegans. Make sure it's vegan cheese. Is sriracha meat? I don't know. I don't know. I said make sure it's vegan cheese.
Oh, vegan because of cow's milk.
Ah. So, do goats count? Nobody likes goats.
Yeah, sweetie, no.
You want some soy cheese?
You're not supposed to eat anything that is a product of an animal.
But the animal doesn't want it inside of it. That's the point. The cow's like, get this milk out of me.
Oh my god.
And then you're like, here, let me help. Let me make some cheese.
Brad, you don't like cow's milk.
No, I don't, but I like ice cream and I like cheese. I'm just trying to help out the poor bloated cow. Not like they're actually treated well or anything. I will listen to that argument in the very least. But like chickens, eggs, they're not gonna use that. I don't really understand why you wouldn't eat eggs. I could do without milk, but I don't know if a vegan like had a pet cow, would they and they milked it, so the cow was treated humanely and she really didn't want that milk. I don't know. I don't know how these rules are. I'm not vegan. I'd have to ask.
Somebody who was vegan.
Get cheese stains. Does anybody really want cheese stains though?
I knew someone who was vegan his entire life, and then when he was in high school, it was a boarding school, and he decided he wanted to know what real cheese tasted like.
Oh god, it's not even like a steak.
He got horribly sick.
Well, yeah, he's lactose intolerant at that point.
Yeah, he 2 days was just out.
If I don't eat anything like that for a while, I get fairly lactose intolerant. It's because I never drink milk. I don't think I'm right now because I've been eating so much cheese. But your body literally forgets how to process that sort of thing, which is kind of funny. But yeah. Yeah, humans drinking milk is like the most unnatural thing ever, to be fair. Like, nothing else does that. I mean, I guess a cat would if you gave it to them, but cats are lactose intolerant. So if you give a cat milk, you better throw them outside. Because they're not going to be feeling well for a while. Watch someone beat your games in 5 minutes. I mean, like, I watch a few speedruns. If anybody wants to recommend a speedrun, do it, I'll check it out. I was going through DHA's speedruns for a while. Really, because then that's how people break them the easiest, so I'll keep an eye on that stuff. But you know, when I'm working on them, I tend to play them like that, so that well, I assume they wouldn't be doing. Yeah, but you can't do that on the first time. It takes a few hours to be. I mean, Valve's policy is a bit too lax, I think, because that really harms shorter games. If it's shorter, and I mean, you can say the game you want it to have more, like replay value, or whatever. Huh? In the bedroom, I was cleaning with him. Yeah. But like, what about a game that's $1 and you get an hour of awesome gameplay with it, and then there you go. I don't like the idea that like people would be less likely to do that. I beat Limbo in like 3 hours, and it was a fantastic experience. I put down a control and was like, there you go. I'll never have to play this game again. But that was good. So I don't know. I think they went a little overboard with that. Valve they can do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. They know nobody's gonna be. Well, wait, they don't care because all their games are free to play now. So. And they've been selling Half-Life for $1 for how long? Yeah, I think I fixed most of that level change stuff, so we should have that update out pretty soon. Yeah, of course I played Braid. Come on. Braid's old now. I played that when, played Braid when the indie arcade thing was like new. The Xbox Live Arcade. You know, there's Geometry Wars, Alien Hominid, and Castle Crashers, and Braid. Yeah, I'm sure some people have. I don't have like vast stats on how many people actually return the game. I might have to ask. And you know, I probably should make the games more like, okay, so I feel like the games are very replayable because there's so much focus on movement and getting through levels faster. I don't think I've done enough good of a job with Super to encourage people to play again. So there's going to be the unlockables, the extra levels, the tokens, the pirate tokens. Oh, which reminds me. Oh, wait. I might have to export this again. This is an older pack of levels. I think I overwrote it. Hold on, guys. One sec. No? Where are we? Oh, you know what? This might... Hold on. Copy this over to my working file. Oh, random squiggle. Yeah, what could that be on the thing? Haha, I shall hide it. Lol. Yeah, what could that squiggle be? If we can get this stupid thing to export. Where are you? Yeah, you're exporting over there. That should be it. Oh, you know what? I think this is an older version. I don't know if the new version's actually going to load properly. It might. I changed one thing and something broke, of course. Well, this should be the new version. It should go right to it. Well, yeah, because I keep resetting it to make sure things load properly, remember? Let me see. Could that be why it's not displaying? Nah. No, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with the map the map doesn't display if you don't have enough stuff. See, I think it might be this because I changed something to try to clean it up, and then it didn't like that I was checking for it to be undefined. So I think it's actually, so that means it's not exporting. Again, yeah, it's not exporting. I can fix that real quick. One sec. I'll just roll it back to, apparently objects can't be undefined, but things that aren't really objects can, I don't know. Hold on. I know where this is. I know what it's doing. I'm gonna have to make sure that that's not. Let me write a big note to myself. Alright, this should work. With this being said as that, I could test it a different way, I think. Alright. Here we go. Got it. Are you ready, kids? Alright, now prepare to not, hyper, anticlimactic and whatnot. Are you serious? What? Is this not exporting the right spot? It is not. That would make sense. Probably because I was exporting the mobile stuff recently. What's up, you? There you go. Look what I made. I made a thing. Hey, Jenny, you want to see the thing I made?
I just said
You could. There you go. She's gonna be lazy. Jenna, come stream, Jenna. So that's the design at the moment for the arcade coin. Good night, Babs. Hi.
Okay, I'm looking at a thing.
How you doing? Hi, honey. How's it going? Nice sitting you're doing over there.
Did you realize you're muted?
Unmute me. Yeah, I'm gonna. We'll see, because I don't really have that much cash left. I might for the objects. I have to check. You have to look at the
You made a coin.
I made a coin. No, I mean, I agree. But let me. The interacts? Yep. Okay, I think I have rum in the interacts. I'll probably animate it.
That's cool.
See, it's arcade cabin and a pirate. It's a pirate token.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So that is going to. I mean, right now it doesn't do anything. Yay. It's going to make these things unlock, right? This is very. There's like not. You're right. It does. I was gonna just have the brink when you get it, but it should totally make that sound. I should probably center all these. These look weird over here. So right now you can click it and it'll still load because the code doesn't really do anything yet. But that is going to be the next big update. We're going to have 5 levels unlocked, 5 locked. So you have to get those 5 tokens. Any ritual levels you do are going to be locked, and then these will of course be unlocked. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to lock the arena levels. Should I? Extra arena levels? What you guys think? Give me a vote. Should the extra new arena levels be locked or unlocked in the next update? What's up?
Francis is gonna need a wallet.
He's got so many pockets. Pocket full of tokens. Doubloons. Pirate doubloons. Your new map to show coins. You're gonna have to get on the Discord and figure it out where they are. You guys should know. That's just it. It's gonna be unlocked tokens. So not really multiple currencies. I don't even know. I guess I'm gonna have to put a menu where it'll show you how many coins you have, and then a menu to check out the new journal entries. So that's gonna be a pain. No, I wouldn't say Fancy Livestream is based off of me. I mean, there's a whole story behind that, but yeah, so random. What? Well, Jenna thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, that was Seth.
What is he doing?
He's painting in a bag, so he might throw some paper out of his study.
Yeah.
He was
Sneaking.
He does his dance across the hallway with the paintbrush like sticking out of his mouth and paper. It's just really funny. He was looking
Anyway.
at you all day.
Level for me should be unlocked, and the rest should be locked. We'll see, because I was thinking of just doing half and half, because I think a lot of people are just going to want to go play when they get it. Doing these unlocked and then these locked.
Hey, Julian's got a
How's a what?
Julian's got a
Ah, nice. Oh yeah, you're right. It's Nico or whatever, Neko.
I approve.
What's his name? How'd he get token? It's just gonna be there. I mean, it's not gonna be there. It's gonna be hidden. So these tokens are gonna be hidden throughout the game. So you guys have to give it one more run through to check all the nooks and crannies that streamers keep finding and being disappointed. Let's see. So I'll take suggestions from you guys on the ones that. Why did I do that? Why did I quit? Where you think there needs to be more. There's one that I'll show one now. I don't think it's ruining it, because this is every single time somebody plays through the game, they get to this level. Not this one. Well, this one too. I could probably use the token. Pirate pennies. Well, they're like doubloons or token. Well, tokens because in an arcade, so pirate token like a pirate doubloon. Pirate pennies are not pennies. This is some sort of penny arcade. So every single time somebody plays through this level, they go down here, and then they get here. Ow, my toe's cramping up. What the heck? And then they jump off of here, and then they die, and they go, why wasn't there something there? So that's, for instance, one of the sort of places that I think that the tokens really need to be, in these places where people are jumping to and trying to get to, and then being disappointed when there's not something there. So even though it's earlier in the game and they can't even play the level until later, I think it's good to give them something to actually grab there. Level 2 World Force sounds like a commercial for a phone, and I love it. Level 2, the pirate one? Or is that planes? So we add things to the game. Yes, that's what we're doing. So then, yeah, we're gonna have fancy. You're gonna have Super Fancy Pants Deluxe Edition without charging another $60 for it. So you should make it. Oh, you know, you might have a good. Well, that's a hard one. I would be less inclined to do that here. I think that's a good idea. But if somebody sees something over there, they're going to want to get to it. And they're going to keep jumping off until either they do. And then if they leave, they're going to leave frustrated. Could Fancy Pants ever come to Switch? It is physically possible. Now, like, in a few levels before you get the zip, maybe. So in the... That's Pirates. No, that's, yeah, Pirates. Like the later pirate levels, maybe. Or like adding another spinner for the ink shot in planes, maybe. I don't know, but this is gonna be fun. We're gonna add a few more things, give people something to go back to. Put a sign saying need it. I don't know how obvious they're gonna make that. But anyway, so there's our pirate coin. There's our thing. Let's see if we overwrote the level we were working on. Yes, we did. Apparently that's not a good bunch of levels. Or else I'll just blaze through and get it the first time around. there's no way you're gonna find every single one because we're gonna have, what was it, like 15 journal entries, 7, 8 levels. Like there's gonna be a lot of them. So if you get like half of them, I think that's fine. Just collecting as you go through levels. You made a bunch of them.
Did you say 10 or 15? I think
It was a lot. You made a lot. You made a lot. And I think that's fine if you collect a pretty good amount on the first run through, because it'll make that first run through much better. I think that's just more interesting. It feels like you're doing more. And then there's always going to be those last few that are going to be much harder to get. That you probably, I mean, maybe you'll get like one of the hard ones on the first run through. And then there'll be 5. And if you've been collecting tokens, then you'll have in your head that there's going to be more tokens. So, oh my god, I stink. Stop stinking. To be fair, I can't really see where the background goes on the ceiling. Get there. It's one of the harder parts, actually, especially for the kids. It's pretty funny. Man, go. Will there be ranks? I want to. In order to do that, I would need you guys to post the time, your best time, so I can kind of judge, and then I'll go through. I'll make Fairly go through. And then do like a little less than that for the medals. I would like to do medals. I think that's a really compelling thing. We did those for snowboarding and for the console game, didn't we? I always really like medals because you feel like you're getting something, and you feel like, I mean, because with high scores, it always feels like, yeah, you could do a little bit better, but what's the point? I did good, well enough. But when there's like another medal, man, that makes me play through. Like that's very compelling to me. Bronze, silver, gold, fancy. I agree. If you're faster than Brad, I kind of did that for snowboarding. I think all the top medals were like my best time. Well, you need to get to those golf levels, get some practice in. And that just means I need to make more things that you haven't mastered yet. There needs to be new things, new levels and skills. Because if you're 99% master, that means you're like 99% finished playing the game. You can't have that. We want our players alive and being fancy. Alright, let's see if we can do better than that one. Actually, let's do a different one. Oh, I don't even have the synthing there. All the golf balls turn into cabbages, maybe? Is that what it is? I'm sure y'all would love that. Have a weird chat, Jenna. They're weird.
I mean,
What does that say about me? I have a weird chat.
well, I mean, very mean.
I have a weird wife and a weird chat. I mean, what else is there even? Oh, that's an eh. Maybe later. Alright. Yeah, let's try one of these. How should we do? Summon cabbages by the power of cabbage. Oh, that's funny. It's only when I like really kind of daze out and start doodling on these I really like what I do. So sorry if I'm being quiet, but I'm trying to figure out a bit how I want, or what else I can do with these platforms. Hey Jenna, come talk while I sit here and stare at this. She's lazy.
I'm very lazy.
We need that super chat money for motivation.
You're not even in a super chat.
I know. It's a very boring normal chat.
I mean, I don't have anything to talk about. Does anybody have a question for me?
Did you hear about Nintendo's online thing? I think I mentioned it earlier.
That last night.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Sounds like, I mean,
But no virtual console. Like, they just confirmed today that they're not planning on having a virtual console, so you can't buy the games. You can only Netflix them, basically. So I was saying I think the perfect system would be kind of a combination of the two. Like, you get half off if you're subscribed, and you can only play, you know, maybe 20 of them for free, and then they cycle those out every month. What do you think? No? Yes? She's probably on Facebook or something. Who knows? No? I doubt it. You're what? Attacking Morrow? She deserves it. Bad cat. Is she hating you super hard?
Yes.
So Wii U is better than Switch? No. What? Oh, because of the virtual console. Well, the Wii U, you can play GameCube on, you can play Wii, you can play RetroArch, you can play WiiWare, you can play Wii U-ware. The Wii U is actually a really good system. The only problem is the gamepad has so much range, so I can't go and, you know, sit in bed, and it only streams at 480. I would have loved if they, instead of having backwards compatibility on the Switch, if they just streamed the Wii U to the Switch at 720. I mean, I don't know if the chip can even do that. Maybe just whatever, 480, fine. But that would have been a really cool way to do backwards compatibility. Just have the Wii U stream to the Switch, which they could have done. That's what the Vita does. Only badly, because if Nintendo does something, they make sure it works right. They just take forever to do anything. Another thing. Alright, let's check out this platform here. I played the spin-off a little bit on Xbox at a GameStop. And that's about it. I've seen videos of like the remake or whatever. I'm not really big on that kind of slow, like puzzle platformer. She gets mad. Yeah, if you get the literal cabbage ball to Cutie Pants, she gets super angry. And then you fight her. I think I'll keep this more. Alright. I think I like this. So I can't get him more. The camera needs to go down more when you dock. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Actually, it might mostly not do that because of the double camera thing, multi-person camera. And I think the Wii U is a fantastic system. Huh? Well, you get to fight Cutie Pants? Not in this game. Not in Super. Chapter 1. Cutie Pants actually takes me a pretty long time to animate, because I'm not as familiar with how she's drawn. So I mess her up very easily. When I first started drawing her, I had to like keep looking back constantly, and I got much better at it. I don't know if I really remember. Like, it's not in my muscle memory there. Dual wielding with Caboodle by the tail. So if you pick up Norris by the tail.
You've never done that.
Ooh, no. We have not let the kids do that either. Because Lord knows they've tried. I like my rock here, my little rock platform. It's much more physically accurate. I like it. Just her scepter back and summons ninjas. Yeah, that would have been a much better boss fight. Or, that would have been a good part of that whole boss fight thing. Animating is hard and takes forever. See how much better animate is by the time I start doing 5, like hardcore, and animating for 5. Because the more Adobe fixes animate, the much easier of a time I will have actually animating, and that would be wonderful. Cataboy, you never told me how is Abe's Odyssey. Is it good? Is that one of the ones I should look back at? Cause didn't they do a remake pretty recently? I don't know. Slow platforming, we don't really control the platforming. Kind of annoys me. Like the Another World or whatever. Buffering looks fine for me. But what you have to do for World 5 is animating. No, there's gonna be a good amount of new stuff. New code for new features. New moves would be animating, but it's still a bit of code. I want to clean up a lot of the code too. It got kind of messy since there's a lot of like the code from the remix in there, like how it's loading from online, loading settings from different places, like the Newgrounds API in there somewhere, Congregate's API, mini clips. Like it's pretty messy. Original is the best. Yeah, I've only tried the one with like it looked like a Western gunslinger dude in a GameStop. I don't want to do that anyway. What time is it anyway? How long have we been streaming, John? 2 hours. It's about time. Get some dinner. All right. How game was this third? Aw. Alright, so one more platform. Most of this stuff. I guess we're not finishing this level today. That one's too messy. I need to clean that up too. That might be too light, but that other one's too messy. So I'm trying to find a nice middle ground there. Hopefully this wasn't too boring, guys. We did do a lot of talking at least. And complaining about Van Gogh, who is a terrible artist. Lol. Don't quote me on that, because then, I don't know, maybe you can. Is that a nice edgy opinion to have? Well, it'll get me more retweets. Did it for the retweets. But I'm gonna wrap this up, maybe clean this up a bit, and then we'll do some more later. The biggest problem is usually when I'm just kind of doing boring stuff like this, just at night, but lately I've been sketching up some World 5 stuff, so haven't had time to just fill in things and clean up art like this here. Alright, regardless, I'm getting hungry, so I think it is time for some dinner. Oh no, we'll be back later, tomorrow or the next day or whenever. I don't know. When are we back, Jenna? When are you gonna be on stream again? Petition have Fairly on stream. She's way better than me. More interesting.
Not really. I think they just like watching how I look at
You do like to look at me like I am an idiot. We probably need to take a break from all this work streaming and just like play Mario 3. Let's schedule one of those. So schedule a Let's Play. What do you think? Do that sometime? Yeah, I'm talking to you. They're not gonna play Mario with me. Have one stream eating, but I'm hungry. Yeah, that sounds pretty tempting right now. I'm hungry. We need to do like a Let's Play, just talking about old games that are important to us, that sort of thing. We'll see. I'm getting tired of working on stream. Maybe we'll have to do that soon. We'll see. Alright guys, here's our level so far. Let's do one last. Yeah, it can't be demonetized if you've never been monetized, says Velociraptor. So here we are now, keeping with that rocky theme. While still trying to keep our rocks more physically accurate. Take myself off there for a sec. And there we go, nice 2-hour stream. I'm gonna learn how to keep these shorter. Otherwise it's gonna be my entire life. Anyway guys, well, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we had some fun. It's gonna be nice. Maybe we'll get some leaks leading up to E3 and a lot more to talk about. That would be fantastic. I don't know how many people have been watching this. Where's the analytics? Errors. What? I don't care about errors. Get back to the dang live thing. No idea how to get that. Whatever. No clue. Alright. No. What? Oh, y'all and your pickles and cabbages, and I'm just gonna make everything green so they can be strange vegetables. Nathan likes pickles. Oh, green. If it's all green, you know, I'll have to make a Nathan level that's nothing but green. Make a Seth level that's all blue. A Brendan level that's all orange. And fill them with dinosaurs. Things I do to get my kids to love me, guys. Desperate parenting. Alright, I guess we'll be working on this again later. Let's take a break. Actually, oh, stupid level. Been doing this for so long. We should take a break and do a Let's Play stream later. What do you think? Yay, nay. Alright. Seth would love old planes. How about a pants level? Why do you do a pants level? Oh yeah, the old blue. There you go. Seth is gonna adopt the old planes. And then it'll make me put it back. Alright, I'm tired and hungry. Where are we? Ah. Yawn. Nice. The camera was off while I was running. Perfect. Anyway, here we go. So yeah, we actually talked about a lot today. The plans and the unlockables and the tokens. And it's going to be the last big update. So we're working towards that. For the PC version, at least, we need to do the iOS update and Android and all that. Anyway, yeah, there's more Super Fancy that's coming out, and after that, World 5. So what that means is everybody must stay fancy, and I'll talk to you guys later.